Pregnancy props. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. Happy Sunday. If you don't know, I am a second time mum. I've got a 16-month-old and I'm also 31 weeks pregnant with my second baby boy. So now I'm like preparing everything, washing all the clothes, getting all the bags ready. I just thought it was relevant to do this video of 25 essential things and non-essential things that I would use this time again or regretted and will not be using again. We just had so much stuff and equipment in the house and half of it never got used. Half of it wasn't essential. As long as your baby is fed, watered, loved, warm, that's basically all you need. But I feel like these 25 items do help assist in the pits of the newborn stages. Let's jump into the video. So the first one I wrote down is a good nappy caddy. A nappy caddy you can literally get from Amazon. I bought this one. It was on sale for £9. I have 2 of them. They're just really helpful in the night. You can literally put your nappies, your creams, your nappy sacks, and muslin, water, cotton wool, literally anything in this nappy caddy. And then in the night it's all there. You don't have to get up, go into the nursery. It's literally there into the nappy caddy. I have one upstairs and I also have one downstairs in the playroom, so I'm not like going up and down all the time. I literally have this nappy caddy with everything in it. Obviously because I breastfed, I was like in the night I was sat in bed a lot, so I just found it easy to have a nappy caddy there and I could grab everything I needed. I didn't have to get out of bed or wake Sam up. To go on with the nappy caddy, I'd also recommend getting like a little station at the side of your bed. You can get little trolleys like this off Amazon, but I never did that. I just used my bedside table. I've actually got a new bedside table that I'm going to be putting up in my next week's vlog and showing you how I set up my little next to me station. But yeah, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. If you've got a bedside table, use that. Put your nappy caddy on top of it. Any pads for yourself, water in the night, keep yourself hydrated. Any white noise, anything like that, just put on this bedside table or your trolley if you want to buy one. And then you're literally set for the night. This is a massive help in the night, especially when you're tired. Everything's there on this trolley or on this bedside table with the nappy caddy. So the second thing I'm going to talk about is breast pumps. This is obviously only if you're breastfeeding, and I'll go on to formula supports in a minute. I breastfed my first little boy up until he was 1 year, and I fed him up until the night until he was 10 months. And times I needed to express, I firstly bought the Tommy Tippy handheld breast pump because I didn't want to go and buy a really expensive electric breast pump if the handheld did the same. And boy was I naive, because the handheld does not do the same. Yes, they're cheap. I think I paid like £12 for the Tommy Tippy handheld pump. But when you have a newborn and you've got to sit there and pump like this, God, it takes so long. You hardly get any milk unless you've got really good letdown. I'd say my letdown was normal, but I was literally getting like 1 ounce per time, and I just didn't have the time or the patience or the energy to sit there and pump. So I think I tried that for a couple of weeks, didn't get any milk off, so didn't end up expressing, didn't end up going out or anything like that. So then I bit the bullet and I paid for the Mum Cozy, I think it's called the Mum Cozy electric breast pump. This was an absolute game changer. These pumps are absolutely amazing. Like, you don't even know you're pumping. Obviously you can feel it, but you don't even know. Like, it's amazing. They slot into your bra, you turn them on as long as they're charged, turn them on and they pump, and literally within like 40 minutes, 2 hours, you've got like 6 ounce per boob. And it's brilliant, and yeah, it's just so easy. They are a little bit expensive, but that is one of the essential things if you are breastfeeding. I would say spend a bit of money on, because having an electric breast pump honestly makes a difference. You can go about your day cleaning, you can even go to the shop because they go in your bra and they're pumping as you're going. You get like breast pads with them in the deal, you get like the straps for your bra. It's really amazing and it is an absolute game changer. So yeah, a little bit more pricey than the manual, well, a lot more pricey than the manual, but absolutely worth it. So from my past experience, I would not recommend a manual breast pump. and I would recommend getting electric. Obviously the mum cozies fit in your bra, they are for a smaller breasted woman, but they do have ones for bigger busted women. Just have a look online, there's all different ones available. I'm not saying buy the exact mum cozy ones, but any electric breast pump, god, they're a game changer. Nipple care, if you are breastfeeding, I would recommend not buying the silver nipple shields that are like 50, 60, 70 pounds. I don't think they do much, and they're just a lot of money, and mums that I've spoken to say they don't end up using them and they wouldn't recommend them again. So I would recommend just getting your standard nipple cream. It's literally £6 from Boots, and if you breastfeed correctly and baby's latched correctly, you won't actually need to use it. You shouldn't be sore, you shouldn't be cracking. But if you are having issues, just get your standard nipple cream. So coming off breastfeeding and going on to formula, I have never formula fed Arthur. I do plan on combination feeding this little one. Just because I've got a toddler, it's going to be a lot harder just to give my undivided attention to baby and Arthur at the same time. So I'm going to do a bit of both breastfeeding and formula feeding. I'm probably just going to do more formula just before bed, and then just try and breastfeed throughout the night and throughout the day. So on the NHS they actually recommend just the good old-fashioned kettle way of using and prepping a formula. They don't recommend prep machines, they don't meet the NHS guidelines. It's a lot to do with the hot shots, aren't hot enough to kill the bacteria, and there's a lot of mould and stuff that can get in these prep machines. Coming from a first time mum, you don't need to buy these fancy prep machines. Just literally get a kettle, get your formula, have your bottles, you're good to go. So number 5 I would recommend is getting a nappy change for the night time. When I had my first son, I just had one of them foldable little ones that you can just slot into your nappy caddy. Absolute waste of time. The wee and the poo a newborn does is ridiculous, and it would constantly go on the bed sheets. In the end I just ended up getting one of them big nappy changes from Aldi, literally £5. If you weed, it would literally go nowhere but there. It was wipeable, and I could literally put it back on my little side table set up here and good to go. Yeah, so I would recommend having a good big changing mat for the night time, because you are tired, things do spill, poo, wee, and it's just so easy to get it on the bed when you're changing with nothing underneath, or you're changing on a little foldable mat. Just get rid of all that issues and just get a big changing mat that you can throw on the floor once you're done, and then that's easy, and then you can go back to sleep in nice dry places. Trust me, I've been there. You absolutely need a big changing mat. Number 6, it's literally personal choice, so it's completely up to you. I am only using a next to me is because I had it with my first Arthur and I've kept it because it was expensive. I think we paid about £250, and we've got the Tutti Bambini, I think it's called, next to me crib in the cream colour. Literally, obviously I jumped on the aesthetic naive trail of a first time mum, and I obviously, as you can see, my master bedroom is cream, and I wanted a nice next to me that was cream and matched. Obviously now looking back, I just think that is not necessary. You don't need to pay all this money for all these nice snooze pods, next to me's, things like that. Literally a nice Moses basket will do, and you can pick them up for £40. They all do the same thing. Baby sleeps in them. As long as they're safe, empty and meeting guidelines, then I wouldn't worry about the dairy snooze pod, Tutti Bambini, next to me, Moses basket, as long as you've got something there. So number 7 I would say is bouncers. Bouncers literally changed my motherhood experience, life as we know it. One thing I won't recommend is the really expensive electric ones. I found with experience, because Arthur's had, and we've still got them for this baby, but obviously I don't think I'll be using them all, but we've got 5 bouncers. What baby needs 5 bouncers? But apparently mine, as a first time mum, my baby needed 5 bouncers. So coming on from that, the only bouncer that I think has like really benefited and you absolutely like is a life changer for a newborn, it is the Bablow Gravity Bouncer. This is literally 50 quid from Smith's, and this was a life changer. Obviously with the more expensive ones, yes, they vibrate and they do all like the swinging and things like that, but when you need a wee or you want a shower, you can't pick that bouncer up. Well, you can, but they're bloody heavy, let me tell you that. Picking the bouncer up and pouring it in the bathroom, then coming back, getting the baby, it's just the biggest pain in the bum ever, because they're bulky and they're heavy, and then you need to plug them in and they shouldn't be in the bathroom and things like that. Literally, I just found that having the Babalo £50 bouncer, it's lightweight, you can carry it with one hand, it folds. Literally, if you need a wee, it's literally pick it up with one hand. If you need a shower, it's there. Anything, like if I was straightening my hair, it was so easy just to bob baby in there, and it didn't need plugging in, it was washable, and that was a game changer. I used that up until like the recommended weight that it says you should use it, because that was like one of my things that I couldn't have lived without. Why pay really expensive money? Some of them go up to like £300–400 when you're not supposed to be leaving your baby in it long term anyway. So number 8 is a playmat. Having a good playmat does help as well. If you're just pottering about in your bedroom and you can just pop baby on the playmat, or if you've got a playroom and you can pop baby on the playmat, I would recommend, this is the playmat we got. The reason we got this is quite expensive. I think it's around £50–60 on Amazon. The reason I got this playmat is, I don't know if you know, but babies can only see black and white up until 6 weeks old. So mums who, I've seen a lot of mums get these aesthetically pleasing baby gyms, they're absolutely no good for baby. Baby's getting no pleasure out of that baby gym. It just looks nice. So I would recommend definitely a black and white baby mat. This one's brilliant for fulfilling sensory needs. Yeah, and Arthur used to play on that mat and he had loads of fun, and you can do tummy time on it as well, which is brilliant. So I would recommend a good black and white play mat. Number 9, I wouldn't recommend splashing out on these really expensive baby baths that like weigh your baby or are like shaped for baby. They literally can go on to like, again, hundreds and hundreds of pounds. As long as your baby is bathed safely and being observed, you don't need the most dearest baby bath that weighs your baby every time. Go and get your baby weighed by a health visitor. They're the most accurate baby weighing scales. So I bathed Arthur in the IKEA baby bath. It's £8. I've bought this exact one for this baby, IKEA baby bath, £8. It does the job, it washes baby, and you don't need to splash out on these big baby baths. Definitely in the middle of the night, I would recommend getting a good white noise or nightlight, or put them together and get white noise like nightlight. Something I needed in them baby first weeks of no sleep in the night time was a little nightlight. Babies don't know the difference between night and dark, so you have to make sure you're keeping it dark in the day, dark in the night and light in the day. So I recommend don't be putting a lamp on in the night when you're feeding baby. Just get a little white noise machine that glows, just so enough so you can see what you're doing, feeding baby, changing baby, you can see your bedside crib, and then you can put that back. The Tommy Tippy Grow Egg, I believe, is a little, it's a room thermometer, which is absolutely brilliant. It glows in the colour of the room temperature. That's the one I'll be getting this time. Last time I literally just got a white noise that glowed red, just so I could see what I was doing, and then I'd turn it off as soon as I was done. But yeah, the Tommy Tippy Grow Egg, if your room's too cold it goes blue, and if it's too hot it goes red. Obviously babies are better cold than hot, so never have your room above 20 degrees. So number 11, this is something I was very naive to, is definitely get more sleep suits than cute little outfits and shoes, because in them pits of the newborn weeks, shall we say, I'd say in the first 8 weeks, your baby is probably not going to wear much. It's probably going to wear a vest and a sleep suit, and probably going to need changing because they're going to be sick, or they're going to poop, or they're going to leak. So yeah, having all these cute little fiddly outfits are nice, but they never got worn with Arthur. They never got worn because I was too tired. I just put him in a sleep suit and that was it. He was in sleep suits for like the first 8 weeks, unless we was going like the doctors or we was going out for lunch. I would put something in it, I would put him in a nice outfit then, but more or less he was in sleep suits. So baby shoes, you don't need to buy baby shoes. They don't hardly wear them, and these are these cute outfits. So I would recommend just getting a big bulk of sleep suits for the first 8 weeks. And don't feel pressure as well that, oh, I've not dressed baby today. As long as baby's fed, watered, loved, dry, clean, had sleep, who cares that you've not put them in an outfit? Like, put them in a sleep suit and Bob's your uncle. Number 12 on my list. This can be for formula and breastfed mums. I wouldn't recommend a nursing chair. Absolutely wouldn't. I had like it wasn't a nursing chair as such, but I brought it down from upstairs. It was a single chair that you could lounge in anyway. I never used it. I was too tired. Literally on a night feed, I would sit in my bed. I would have all my stuff next to me, have my nappy change, I'd pull him out, change him, feed him, put him back in the next to me. I wouldn't get out of bed. I don't know, like, I know some mums go off into the nursery and will sit on the chair and feed, change them in the changing mat and then come back in the bedroom. I've not got time for that when I'm up every 2 hours. You don't need that nursing chair if you're going to be propped up in bed. Get a nice nursing pillow. Bob's your uncle. So number 13 on the list, and obviously I've still got it today, is our nappy bin. This is a nappy bin we use, Tommy Tippet. We absolutely love it. One thing I hate is just when there's just nappies on the floor or just in a random bin bag. You know, they smell in and things like that. So literally get yourself a Tommy Tippy bin. Put it in your bathroom or put it next to your bed. It's literally a game changer, because trust me, you will be doing nappies upstairs and you'll be doing nappies downstairs, and just having to like do the nappy and then go downstairs to your bin is a pain in the bum. We still have our Tommy Tippet in the bathroom for Arthur, and it's a game changer and definitely needed. So number 14 on the baby list would be to get some non-bio washing powder. Bio washing powder smells lovely and yes, does wash the stains out of the clothes. Bio washing powder can react with a baby's skin because they're so sensitive. They've not been in this outside world before, so I would recommend just getting bio for yourself and non-bio for baby. You don't need to get this powerful scented, beautiful smelling washing powder, because it's just not good for the skin. Going off from that onto the 16th essential thing is obviously organic non-scented creams and shower gels. The one we use for Arthur and we'll be using for this baby is Child's Farm. Brilliant, it's organic, it's got no harmful nasty products in it. It's the best. If you have a look on the small print of some of the well-known baby brands, there's a lot of stuff on there that if you knew, you would think, why am I putting this on my baby? There's a lot of hazardous products in baby stuff that is actually linked to cancer and things like that. So just have a look when you are bathing your baby. You don't want bubblegum scented or talc scented or anything like that. It's just no good, and it's full of harmful hazardous products that if you knew, you would not use on your baby. So literally Child's Farm, it's organic and it's non-scented and it's not got any harmful hazardous stuff in it. So yeah, that's the one I would recommend and I'll be using for this little one. Going on to number 16, something that's definitely appropriate for a second time mum, but I did still use as a first time mum, is a baby carrier / baby wrap. So I've tried a few of these. So the first one I bought was this one from Smith's. It was really cheap, £20. Absolutely not appropriate. I wouldn't recommend getting any carriers like this for a newborn. The head isn't supported and the head's all over the place. They don't have that support to do it themselves. I just didn't feel like Arthur was safe in that baby carrier, so I went for the baby wrap. The wrap I went for was the Moby Elements wrap in cream. When used correctly, they're really easy to use, super lightweight, and when you're just pottering around the house, they're so easy to use, especially with having a toddler. Obviously you've got to be careful how baby is positioned in it, and don't be feeding baby in it, and make sure baby's not directly onto your facing your chest, make sure baby's upright and can breathe. But yeah, when used correctly, these are really a game changer. If baby especially wants attachment, you can just pop them in this carrier, go about doing your washing, doing your dishes. I used to walk all the time with baby in the baby carrier, and especially if you're a second time mum and you've got a toddler, they'll be a life changer. You won't even know you've got a baby on you. So the number 17, what I will be using, I didn't use this first time round with Arthur, but I think because I've been there and I know rocking baby at like 4 o'clock in the morning is hard bloody work. So this time I'm going to try the Rocket. Get these from anywhere, Amazon, Smiths, I think they're £50, and they literally just shake or rock your pram or bassinets. So my actual Tutti Bambuni, it moves anyway, so I was literally like this on some nights just trying to get him to sleep. So save me doing that. I'm literally going to use the Rocket and the white noise machine, and it might just give him some stimulation to go off to sleep. So yeah, that is one thing I would recommend trying. Number 18, this is something I'll be doing, is storing emergency formula. I did not give Arthur 1 drop of formula. I breastfed him the whole 12 months, but I had it in the cupboard just in case. I bought a full box of formula before he was born, and I had it in the cupboard until it's sell by date. If I ever needed it, I would recommend having emergency formula in the cupboard. If you ever need it in the middle of the night, and there's no shops open, it's downstairs. So number 19, I would recommend, although it's not an emergency essential, I would say getting a really good appropriate playmat is absolutely fantastic. Arthur's now is fantastic. He's 16 months. He does have some rough and tumbles, and he falls onto the playmat instead of onto the hard floor, so his head is hitting sponge instead of like we have wood all throughout the floor. I know some companies, there is some companies that are like ridiculously priced playmats, and they're like £120 upwards. I wasn't paying that. I got mine from TikTok shop. It was £30, and it's absolutely ginormous. You've probably seen it on my previous vlogs. It's wipeable, it doesn't stain, it's easily brushable. Arthur loves it. My mum's got one at hers as well. So yeah, I would recommend a good playmat, because especially when they're doing tummy time, they're on their baby gym, or they're starting to crawl, you don't want them on a hard floor especially, and you probably don't want them on carpet as well in case they pick things up and put it in the mouth. So I would recommend getting a good playmat. So number 20, it's not an urgent essential, and this is something that I didn't realise. I don't know why I didn't realise when baby for the first 6 months of the life is in the room with you. Even through the day, you shouldn't leave your baby unattended before the age of 6 months, because if they're sick or they choke or they stop breathing, they can't exactly cry or tell you or anything like that. So it's about baby monitors. So me and Sam bought our baby monitor before he was here. We didn't need to do that because for the first 6 months he's with us 24/7 anyway. So with this baby, we're not buying a baby monitor until he goes in his own room, and that will probably be around 7-8 months. So that saves us a little bit of money as well. So I don't think baby monitors are that urgent. So don't think, oh my god, I need like a really expensive baby monitor straight away. You actually don't. Just baby's with you, you don't need the monitor. I know a lot of people are getting this one because it monitors like the oxygen levels, the heartbeat and things like that, but it's very, very expensive. I think they're £300 plus. If you are an anxious mum, fair enough if you want to buy that, but I just think they're not essential. Baby's right next to you, and trust me, you'll wake up. I woke up, I remember when Arthur had a bit of phlegm in the middle of the night, and I woke up straight away and knew. You just have this mother's instincts, and if they're right next to you, do you really need it? So number 21, and this is probably coming from my job aspect here now, is just having some good books for your baby. And some mums, it's like amazing in the UK how many mums and dads don't read to the children and baby, and it makes an absolute difference to the development. So we read to Arthur from the day he was here, and we always have done. He's got 2 bookshelves. He's got one in the big nursery, which will be his little brother's, and he's got one in his own room, and it's filled with books, and he absolutely loves them. So, and I know nationally now the NHS and the government are trying to make sure every child has a book, because not every child has one, which is really sad. But yeah, ditch all these lights, sensory things for baby, sound, music. It's just too overstimulating for them. They don't need it. They don't need all these things on YouTube and things like that. It's just too much. Give them a good book, cradle them, read them a story, and that's all they need. Number 22 I would recommend is a car mirror, a good car mirror. One thing with babies in car seats is they're very restricted, so they can struggle breathing in a car seat. That's why they shouldn't be in one for more than half an hour. But I think when you're in a car and you can't see baby because they're obviously rear facing, you can panic. So I think getting a good car mirror just so you can see baby while you're driving is essential. I got mine from Home Bargains. It was £4. It does not need to be a really expensive one. I know some of them are now giving baby monitors in the car, so it's like records and you can see it in the front of you. Not necessary. Just as long as you can see baby in a mirror, it does not matter the price. So number 23 I would recommend is a good nappy bag. I know a lot of mums get the clean girl aesthetic nappy bag and it's all cream and it's nice and you can hold it like this. I just think it's not appropriate, and you just don't need it when you're tired, and you think, oh, I've got to carry that bloody bag, and it gets dirty really easily. It's just a waste of money, I think. I just think I've always gone with a nice rucksack. I had a rucksack with Arthur, I had the Ickle Bubba rucksack, and I've now got the Mamas and Papas rucksack with this new baby when he arrives. I just think the bulky, you can fit everything in. I've always gone black in colour, just because they get so messy, and I just think a rucksack on your back is just so much easier. So number 24 I would recommend, don't be buying all the teddies, all these snuggle blankets. Arthur had so many teddies that we bought, people bought, family bought, and even to this day now he doesn't really bother with teddies. He had loads of snuggle blankets as well, and snuggle teddies. He's never ever wanted them or needed them. So I just think they're nice, like aesthetically, but they're not needed, and you're not supposed to have anything in the crib with baby. So I would recommend they're not needed. And my last 25 one, and if you've made it all this way, well done, because I know I just go on and on and on. But yeah, my number 25 one is a good sleep bag. So with Arthur we use blankets in the night, which is absolutely fine if you're following the guidelines, but I just found as he got that little bit older, he was kicking the blankets, and the blankets could like literally go over his face. So for a safer option I would always recommend sleep bag. The one we're using this time is the Love to Dream swaddle sleep bag, and I'm really excited to use it. I can't wait. I know baby will feel a little bit more snug as well, hopefully sleep a little bit better than Arthur did, but we shall see. Yeah, so that is it, literally 25 things done, which yeah, I hope that's really helped you. Let me know in the comments if it has. I actually never, as a first time mum, looked on YouTube for anything like this. I don't know if there is anything for like this, but I just thought, it popped in my head that I'm getting all this stuff ready, and I just thought, I've got over less than half of the stuff that I had with Arthur, and I was looking at this stuff and I was like, oh my god, I had so much stuff with Arthur, and then I realised like that's because half that stuff I don't need or I've give away because I just don't want it. So yeah, and I thought, oh, let's do a video for first time mums or second time mums who have forgot. Just things that aren't really essential and you don't need to be wasting money on, or things that are essential and will actually help you make your postpartum baby pit better. So yeah, I just want to say thank you for, if you got all the way to the end of this video, please subscribe to my channel as well, because I've got so many more videos coming up in my head for like postpartum care and motherhood and prepping the nursery and nesting and things like that. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop ranting now because it's been a long one. Yeah, so thanks, see you on the next one.